Hi guys! A lot of people are curious as to my thoughts regarding the various aspects of Fallout 4, and I thought I would do a little ramble series where I discuss the different aspects that come to mind. It's going to be a series because there are quite a lot of things to talk about, and I'd like to separate them out into different areas so we can, have a discussion in the comment section about specific things. That and the fact that I will probably be talking for a long time on each aspect, and if I was to do it in one video, people's heads would probably explode. So I'm going to be starting with what is the most important thing to me, and that is the world in which you find yourself. When I think of Bethesda games, I always think of open world games. It's what they do, it's what they're good at. They create games where you get to write your own adventure. You can choose what sort of character you're going to play. Do you want to play a villain? Do you want to play a hero? Is your character going to be a fighter? Is he going to be intelligent? And you pretty much get to choose exactly who you're going to be in this game. You get to choose what you're going to do, where you're going to go. You really do get to mould the experience to your own needs. And one of the key ingredients in such a game is the world. And Bethesda have traditionally been very, very strong in this department. They make great worlds. Their worlds are always interesting, they're usually exciting, sometimes a little different, but they're always engaging. Morrowind was a lot of fun, if a little bleak. You could have accused Oblivion of being a little generic, but it was still a fascinating place to explore. Skyrim was incredible, and of course Fallout 3 for me, well, that was just one of my favourite worlds to have ever played in. I thought that was incredible. I still remember the first time I saw it, as I exited the vault and my eyes adjusted, and I looked down over the town, I think it was Springvale, and it was just an incredible feeling. I just felt such excitement, such joy at being able to wander off and explore. I could just feel that that's what I was going to do, and I wasn't disappointed. Fallout 3 was a lot of fun to just basically head off and exploring. And for me, this was going to be one of the key areas that they got right in Fallout 4. Perhaps the most important thing. They needed to make the world interesting. They needed to make it a place I wanted to explore. And so of course the question is, did they manage it? And the answer is, yes they did. In fact, I think they knocked it out of the park. I think they've done an incredible job this time. I really do. I love the land. I love the fact that it's got hills. I think that makes for such an interesting landscape compared to flat areas such as deserts. I love the fact that the roads wind left and right. And I love the towns. I love the houses. I love the way they look. So I just love the way they've done everything. I love the details. I find the place... Well, I mean, it's pretty big. So I've not explored everywhere, but what I've explored I found fascinating. In fact, you could argue perhaps even too fascinating. Probably its biggest strength may well be the game's biggest weakness. It is so much fun to explore this land that indeed it often takes precedence over everything else. Story, people, they're taking a back seat to the land. I just want to explore everything. I want to go everywhere. I want to see every inch of the world Bethesda have created. And I've got to take my hats off to them. On this particular checkbox, they ticked it and then some. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's graphically the greatest game ever made. It certainly isn't. It's good. It's solid visually. Its graphics are better than Skyrim's, which is not saying much. It's got much better shadows. The textures are a little higher quality. The lighting and the shading is nicer. It is a lot nicer, actually. Even the god rays are pretty good. It's kind of on par with Skyrim with a lot of visual mods installed. Perhaps even a little better than that. The only complaint I have in that department is actually the anti-aliasing, which is pretty weak. They've chosen two forms of anti-aliasing that I think are post-processing. They're pretty good performance, but they do blur textures when you move. At least one of them does, and the other one blurs it all the time. And it's not actually very good anti-aliasing when it comes to things like wires. If you look above the character here, look at the wires, you'll see in the distance they shimmer terribly. That is aliasing, and it's something that really aggravates me. I do not like aliasing. So there are a few things I would like to see improved. But overall, graphics are fine. It's solid. It's better than some of their previous games. You know, the distant terrain is slightly better. Now, granted, that's a pretty low bar for them to surpass, but I didn't actually have high expectations, at least from the graphics. I was just looking forward to the world. And even here, in this area that is probably not the most interesting area, I still find it fascinating to explore. I still find myself just, well, getting totally engrossed in the world. I'm especially impressed with the towns, though. I really love the buildings. I loved Lexington. It felt so big. It really did. I was quite surprised how large that little town felt. I mean, I know realistically it's little, but by gaming standards, by Bethesda standards, that's a pretty major step forward. All round, I've enjoyed every single place I've travelled to. Even the ones where I viciously, horribly died in a humiliating fashion, I appreciated the place in which I died in a horribly humiliating fashion. So, on this issue, I've got to give them a lot of credit. This game, well, I can imagine exploring it and replaying it many, many times and honestly not growing bored of it. They've done a good job. I'm going to give them this one. Hats off to them. A+. Well done. Have a cookie. So those are my thoughts regarding the world. But in the next video, I'm going to talk about something a little more controversial. I'm going to discuss my thoughts on the voiced protagonist.
I don't want to set the world on fire.